that. And it's like, that's what people want to hear. At the end of the day, I want to leave myself opportunities and, take everything in and make a decision. And, obviously I'm not going to say that, for sure I'm staying or for sure I'm leaving. So that's all it was. And it turns out that caused more of a commotion than if I wouldn't have said anything. So
use the word draft and Mel Kiper Jr. appears. Mel, it's great to see you, and it's never too early to get NFL fans familiar with the top quarterbacks in the draft. How good is Trevor Lawrence?
Phenomenal, Suze, and I like the fact that he's so laser focused. He's about this Clemson football team, not the NFL. You gotta love that. But when they came out of high school, they were 1-2. Some had Lawrence, some had Fields. They were right there, and here's the way they are right now. Justin Fields, Ohio State, has been phenomenal. 56 touchdowns, 3 interceptions his entire career. He's at 87% right now in those first 3 games. Trevor Lawrence is without 4 starters on the line, his top 2 receivers, yet he's putting up big numbers. So come late April, you're the New York Jets, you're the Jacksonville Jaguars, Suze. Mark it down. No drama. Number 1, number 2 are locked in as Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields. And right now, in no particular order, but we know those 2 quarterbacks are going first and second in the draft.
We always love to make the comparison. So let's say Trevor Lawrence, who would you compare him to, going back? Who'd be a quarterback that would be comparative?
Well, the only quarterbacks that have been kind of locked into that number 1 spot for a long time, going in were John Elway, Peyton Manning, and Andrew Luck. So he's going to be expected to be that elite franchise quarterback that has a long, illustrious career and hopefully win some Super Bowls. So it's going to be a lot of pressure on him. He doesn't care about that. He's a competitor, as is Justin Fields. Make no mistake, though, Suze, Justin Fields is right there as number 2 quarterback. And like I say, come late April, who knows? This could be one of those that goes all the way down to the wire, 1 and 1A.
Well, that's very interesting that you're saying they're really that close right now, because we've been hearing about Lawrence forever.
They are, Suze, and there's other quarterbacks, too. I mean, you could have 5 in the first round. Keep that in mind. There's those 2 at the top, 1 and 2. But then you have also, at number 3, Trey Lance from North Dakota State, who right now is a top 10 grade as well. He had that 1 game against Central Arkansas. He pressed a little bit. I didn't think it was arm coming off that shoulder injury he had going into 2019. He's been lights out throwing the ball for BYU. Granted, a favorable schedule, but Zach Wilson's arm talent is big time. And then Mac Jones at Alabama. What a leader he is. He's improved tremendously. He only has 10 career starts right now. We'll want to see him gain more experience and keep playing at this high level. But Mac Jones from Alabama is going to be battling as well to become maybe a late first rounder. So he's on that trajectory to be a first round pick. Maybe not Joe Burrow-like, but Mac Jones has had a phenomenal season so far with Alabama.
Mel Adams over here taking screenshots of those quarterbacks. I mean, we all get an advancer here, but I mean, it's obviously really fun to know. We'll have our eye on all of these guys leading up to the draft. Thanks, as always, for the information. Great to see you. So,
Thank you, Sue. It's great seeing you.
We turn it back here. Let's talk about this from a standpoint of 2 quarterbacks, Trevor Lawrence and Sam Darnold. And first of all, Steve, I mean, if you're Lawrence, are you coming out? And if it is the Jets, I don't know if you have a choice here, but are you taking on that challenge?
So, more than ever, this is the era of the quarterback with the rules, with the protection. You saw, some defensive lineman brushed the quarterback's helmet and they threw the flag and lost the game. What game was that? There's so many games. But I mean, it's like, this is the most fun for quarterbacks ever. So don't wait if you can. But also, don't go to a team that you know is not going to be good for a long time. And you think, I can put them on my back. Peyton Manning, Troy Aikman, 2 guys that joined bad teams but were already building blocks. They already had a plan. Right. And so the Jets don't look, to me, it's like, that doesn't look like a team with a plan. So I went to the USFL rather than go to the Cincinnati Bengals. Like, there are reasons to not head to a direction. Right now, the way the Jets are, I might think about going back to school because I don't want to spend my career trying to carry a team on my back.
Well, so hold on. You're Trevor Lawrence. You're in Clemson. All that money sitting out there, Steve, and you're telling me that if the New York Jets have the number 1 pick, you're not coming out.
I'm just saying that you need to be thinking about long-term 15 years. Look, Trevor Lawrence, you want him to play for 15 years. Sam Darnold did it, and is his career flourishing? Absolutely not. Is it possible that Sam Darnold's out of the NFL in 3 years? Can you actually imagine that? Yeah, you can imagine that. I doubt it. What I'm saying is you come out to the wrong place with no help, you can have your career severely limited when you want to play 15 or 20 years.
Because when you talk to people around the league, he is fully expected to come out. That is the widespread expectation. Nobody thinks he's going back to school. no matter who has the number one pick. There's too much money. Every year he turns it down. He puts up free agency.
So there's no
and that
choice.
first and
Why
second
did you ask me a
contract.
rhetorical question, Susie? There is no choice because you have to declare in January. You don't have it. The league made sure that they don't want guys playing this game that Eli played, right? They want guys to either come out or don't come out. So really, Trevor has no choice, and he's going to come out and he's going to go to the Jets. But my gosh, you want to go to a place you want to play for 15 years, it might not be the Jets.
As it pertains to the Jets, it's really simple. Joe Douglas is going to be the GM. Who's going to be the head coach? Like, there was a point in time I thought Adam Gase was this quarterback whisperer. He's proven me wrong. Like, I was dead wrong. He has done nothing with Sam Darnold. So if you're telling me that Adam Gase is going to be the coach, if I'm Trevor Lawrence, I'm not going because he's ruined Sam Darnold.
But Adam Gase is not going to be the head coach.
Okay, if Adam Gase is not going to be the head
He's
coach,
not going to be the head coach.
then I want to know who's going to be the head coach.
Okay,
because-
you know what? If I'm Joe Douglas, at the end of the season, and the Jets do finish
I
with the
go
number
meet
one
with
pick.
Trevor, and they pick them together.
Exactly.
Now that I could do.
I need to know who's going to coach me because we just saw Adam Gase take a guy who we all thought, Sam Darnold, mobile, athletic, can make all the throws, and he's ruined him. Like, we don't even know if they can get a first-round pick for him. So if I am Trevor Lawrence, I want to know who the head coach of the Jets is going to be. And if you're Joe Douglas, you make sure that Trevor Lawrence is on board with that guy.
I'm up for that.
Can we talk about Sam Darnold and what might be, if we're talking about Trevor Lawrence as a Jet,
Adam, you should speak to
what's
that
the
first.
future of Sam Darnold,
Well,
Adam?
here's the deal. Basically, if the Jets get the number one pick, even the number two pick, they're going to take that quarterback. And then you move on from Sam Darnold, and you auction him off to the highest bidder. And when you speak to people around the league about Sam Darnold, I think there's definite interest, but it's probably not as high as I thought. I think they get back maybe what the Arizona Cardinals once got back for Josh Rosen, a 2 and a 5, some combination like that. That was the sense that I got in talking to a variety of front office executives.
Which is exactly why you don't want to go to a bad place.
Yes.
Well, and by the way, it's a deep quarterback class, so a lot of these teams are going to want to go draft their own guy and bring him in.
What do you think?
You know, when I look at this division, everybody's talking about Sam Darnold and him not having a coach. But when you look at where the Buffalo Bills were before they got Josh Allen, where was the Miami Dolphins at before Tua, came on? So I look at this division with these young quarterbacks going in. I don't know if Sam Darnold, I know he wasn't given a fair chance that a lot of these young quarterbacks, you know, like a guy like Kyler Murray going to the air raid offense. But when you look at the future for a guy like Trevor Lawrence, talking about the way Eli Manning did it, you don't want to have a guy in his 21st century having that over his head where guys in the locker room talking about, is he one of those quarterbacks that just won everything? Trevor Lawrence, the history I know about a guy like Trevor Lawrence, he's a winner. He wants to come in and put a team on his back, Steve, regardless if it's a what type of organization you have. But that division has the young quarterbacks in it, and the New York Jets need their quarterback of the future.
Okay, last word.
Coach.
Justin,
They need a coach.
Well, yes, but I thought it was really interesting that Mel said that Justin Fields is right there with Trevor Lawrence.
You love that, I know.
I thought that was really